Hey guys, welcome to the Watch Box. And today we have some different faces than the usual suspects. I'll be honest, we kind of kicked them out of the studio. We felt like we should take over for the day. I thought you guys were tired of listening to Josh and Jason go back and forth. So I made an executive decision, and I got you some fresh faces on a Friday. So welcome back to the trading desk. I am CQ, the watch guy. Got Jonathan.
Jay from Gottlieb Watches.
Hello, Jay.
Hey.
Jon Callahan. What's going on, everybody?
That's the best voice in the business if you have never heard before.
Super jealous of his voice. Super jealous.
So today we just want to have a little bit of fun. The guys actually had to go down to Florida to do some things, and we got a tip maybe Thursday to do a show today. So we thought, what could we do? And the watch clouds opened up, and the GPHG announcements just came through. So for you guys who've never heard of the GPHD, it's Grand Prix of watches. Basically, I'm not going to sit here and pronounce the whole name and mess it up and give you guys a reason to hit me up in the comments, because we're going to go for at least only one bad comment. I'm going for 99% good comments on this one, so be easy there in the comment box for me.
High hopes.
So basically, what we're going to do is going to be me versus Jon Callahan, which is kind of trying out a new format here. Jonathan's going to be the moderator. The GPHG is basically the Oscars or the Canes.
It's like
cons.
it's basically an event where you have people from the industry who essentially vote on the best watches possible for the year. Some exclusions: Patek Philippe, Rolex, Omega, some other brands generally not in this competition. It's usually dedicated for just the independents. So CQ and I love independents. It's really our thing.
Yeah, have a lot
I
of fun.
I think you guys are going to enjoy this. And if you don't know about these brands, maybe we'll shed a little bit of light if we have time. We're going to make it quick today, so we'll move fast for you. Leave comments. Tell us what you like. First thing we got to do: what's on the wrists?
All right.
Real quick,
Let's
CQ,
do
what
that.
you got?
All right. So today, keeping with Alan's shirt theme I have going on, AP Diver, all ceramic with the orange accent. I mean, why not, right? Clean, classy. You could do anything you want with it, and I don't know, just a great everyday piece. I love it.
Looks
you
good.
got on?
Yeah.
And I'm wearing, I like to keep it Omega, and so a Speedmaster Apollo 2. Very nice manual piece, as you can see. They have a really cool subdial that has the inscription of the eagle, and it's a very nice timepiece.
Cool.
I'm having trouble there.
On there. I picked up, and so disclosure, this is not my watch. This is something that we do have available pre-owned for those who are interested. But this is the Longa 1 in white gold, 38.5 millimeter, slate dial.
Wow.
That's a classy job right there.
I take her home.
Yeah, this is, and so for those who like that smaller profile, I love Longa and what they do in the 38.5 millimeter case. Hard to tell on camera, but I'm 6'3" and they pulled this off pretty good. Looks like a good.
I think
Good
you
piece,
pulled it
yeah.
off. I like it.
You have
I
a
dig it.
versatile wrist, John.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Anytime.
So, now we get started.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
essentially,
Roll out the rules.
I'm going to give you guys the rules on how this is going to go down, and I'll be scoring the points as far as who won the round. The way it's going to work is that the watches had to come out in March 2017, or between March 2017 and October 2018. And they're from all brands, irrespective to the countries they come from. So we're going to have some watches that aren't from Switzerland as well, included. And so we're going to start off with the men's watch. And so first off, I think we're going to start over on CQ side with his pick as far as what's going to be the men's watch, what's going to win the men's category.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of really good picks up here. And if the guys can pop that picture with all 6 pieces up there, really cool pieces in the men's selection this year. My personal pick will have to be the Carry Voltelenin 217 QRS. I'm a big fan of Voltelenin. This one is based on the Vinct 8 architecture and design. Added feature, of course, is that retrograde in the middle. For those of you who don't know Carry Voltelenin, a genius, inside and out. Not only is the design of his watch is unique and the way it tells time. For instance, this retrograde, but once it hits 30, it slowly goes back to 1.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't. There's no bounce on it. So it's very, very durable movement, but the architecture and everything he does is, of course, all in-house, but it's just done in a different way. So that's my pick for men's right now. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I love that pick. It's very likely that watch will actually win this. I actually, from the brands that we have here, there really isn't a miss. I prefer in this category because I've seen it and we deal with the brand, the Vacheron. I actually like the History Triple Calendar. I think it's the best Vacheron piece that they've had, and honestly, probably the last 5 years for sure. In my mind, I think it really hits all the right spots. It harkens back to a time when this is a legitimate historical piece in the collection. It's beautiful, and the layout's great. I do also like the price point. There's a couple different versions to this watch. This is a good piece, and it's something I think Vacheron really needs. It needed a shot in the arm this year, and this I thought was the piece to do it.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well in the market. That's for sure. I think we've sold every one that we've got.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good selling watch, and the other pieces, like I mentioned, they are all worthy of whatever awards are available in their respective categories. This is going to be a tough competition this year. I actually think, Q, that the one that you like is the one that's taking it down this year. I really do believe that.
Yeah, that Kari is really, really beautiful. Shout out to Dr. G.
Yep.
Who will definitely be watching this as well,
go.
and he loves his carries. I will have to say, though, as a special mention, there's an H. Moser flying wheel.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It's very hot.
It's really cool. Flying wheels aren't for everybody. You have to be really, because telling the time can be a little bit challenging at
You have to be
first.
progressive.
Exactly. It's a progressive watch. I
Yeah.
like that. But I'm just a big fan of H. Moser. The cases are so comfy, and I'm a bigger guy. I like bigger watches, and they give me the feel, the heft that I'm looking for in a timepiece. So that's one to watch. So I don't know if it'll win it this year, but it's good to a good entry by them.
Yeah.
Say that.
And if you guys online chats have any thoughts on which ones you like out of that category, let us know. We're interested to know as well.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to have to give this round to John. Just because I feel like the Vacheron Constantin Triple Calendar, if we're just talking about
game's
men's
fixed.
watch, it has the least going on, but it still gives you the most data.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I'm going to side with John in saying that this is probably going to win the men's competition. And it's a beautiful dial, easy to read, and you get everything you need without having to do, any kind of crazy calculations or anything like that. So,
cool.
I'll give it to John.
All right. I'll take it. By the way, guys, next time you wear Island shirts, let me know. If we're doing a live show, I'll wear one with you.
I thought that would have got me the points here, but obviously,
I don't think so. It looks like I should be moderating.
You should start paying me more,
So,
CQ.
and we're trying to start Island Friday. So if you guys want to send in shirts to the office, I'll make sure everybody wears Island shirts.
Yeah, that's what we need. What shirts show up. It'd be awesome. Cool.
Keeping it breezy, even in the winter.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next category, which is going to be men's complication. And there's some really cool watches in this category. I can't wait to hear what you guys select.
Oh, this is tough. You want to go first, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, this is an easy one. Men's complication this year, my favorite watch is the Laurent Ferrier annual calendar. That watch to me was the best watch at either show. Again, super small production. I've seen, I think, every variation now, or very close to every variation that's been available. It's on fire. Very easy to use, beautiful, has a step dial. If you have not seen this one, or if you don't know the history of Laurent Ferrier, the best side, the style is amazing. Flip that bad boy over. That's really where the action is. Beautiful movement, beautiful architecture. That's an easy pick for me. I hope it wins this category. The brand deserves it. It's amazing.
I wonder if they ever had a win yet.
I don't know. I think they may have, and I don't remember the year, but I think they did take down a couple categories. I forget the watch. It may have just been the micro rotor, may have been the Galley micro.
I think you're right. Yeah. I feel like I remember them winning.
Like a men's category a few years ago when they introduced it.
The classic. That's a good choice. I'm going to go a little funky here. I got to go with the Bulgari Optimal Finissimo Tourbillon Automatic. It's just a cool piece. I've been so in love with the Finissimo series since they've launched. This piece just pumps everything up. The dial is still very, very legible, but you can see everything going on there with the tourbillon right there, 6 o'clock. A really nice skeleton because it's not fully skeleton. The base plate's there. You can actually see what's going on, and it's just so thin. And it's the thinnest automatic out right now, I believe.
Is this on? Is this manual or automatic?
This is automatic.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Right. So, and if you haven't seen the Finissimo case, if you have a Bulgari dealer near you or pre-owned, this is an incredible watch. I mean, this really is a watch that I think is going to help bring the brand back. I really hope so because it's a really cool piece. So, I mean, solid choice.
Can I also just throw this out? I know I'm not part of the whole, the competition, but the H. Moser and C Endeavor Perpetual Moon concept. If you watch CQ&J, I have a thing for moon phases, and like the way that they did the moon phase in this H. Moser and C is just It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I'd have to just throw that out there as an honorable mention. Right, but
sure.
as far as who won that round, I'm gonna have to give it to CQ. The reason being is we actually just recently were at Hessenberg Gallery training, and they're originally a jewelry company, and they're out here making watches that win awards. So I mean, I always got to root for the underdog. You know, I'm a Steelers fan, but go Eagles, and so I'm gonna side with CQ on this one.
And give a shout out to Joe Genta. Joe Genta cases. This is where this comes from.
Joe Genta, man.
Touching
all you guys,
business.
If you love Nautiluses and you love AP Royal Oaks, I mean,
that's
the guy.
Yep, Joe Genta.
Honestly, that's such a great point. If you're somebody who has a Royal Oak, who has an AP, who's maybe flirted with in the past, and you don't feel like paying an arm and leg for Nautilus, put an Octawan.
And the Finissimos, you might want to go for the Finissimo because that watch is, I mean,
it's so thin, but the size is
nice
so
watch.
right.
Yeah. It's good. Well, we're not kidding. Like we're being honest. Like this is a watch you should definitely consider if you're in the market for something kind of special. This is a seriously cool watch. Doesn't have to be the Tourbillon. You can, get the ultra thin. And they do it in gold. They do it in titanium. It's very
they
cool.
can get the Tourbillon, John. They can.
All right.
They can definitely get the
pick up the Tourbillon.
And you can feel free to email me at cq@thewatchbox.com if you want to pick up that Tourbillon. I'll be happy to help you out. But that Perpetual Moon HMOs is pretty cool too.
Sweet.
You guys should definitely do some research on that. 8 perpetual positions there. Once you set it, it's good to go. It's really
like Rodney Dangerfield said. They get no respect. All right, so
that is the first Rodney Dangerfield
I said ever been quoted on the.
I love being the first of things. All right, so we're going to move on to the next category, which is going to be chronometry. And there's some really funky-looking pieces in here. They're really cool looking, man.
I feel like me and John picked the same one.
We picking the same one? Well, go ahead. Fire out.
So I'm just going for it. Ulysse Nardin, Executive Tourbillon Freewheel. So we had to put up the rules yesterday because this watch was like just announced.
This week.
Right, this week. So that's how I had to check the rules. So October 31st, 2018 is the deadline for entries for this year's competition. So it's a new watch. Most people have never seen this watch in person. We haven't, to be honest with you.
Yeah, literally just came out, like press release only at this point.
Yeah, but it's so cool. And if you can find some live pictures out there, basically the top half of the case is all sapphire. So if you're looking at a profile, you see like the metal kind of going into it, but it's all sapphire. You got a tourbillon right there at 6 o'clock. And then everything else is really well displayed. It's just another reason why Ulysse Nardin is like a sleeping giant to me. Because sometimes you forget about him and you forget what they could do. And then once in a while, last year was the skeleton tourbillon they did for like 30,000 or so. Maybe that was the year before.
The Marine tourbillon.
But it's amazing to me that it can come out with cool pieces. And in the pictures, at least, this just looks awesome. This was like, John showed it to me yesterday. And it was just a cool watch.
So to make this real simple, CQ and I agree on the same watch. So he explained it. That's the watch out of this category that I like. You saw the options there. I'm in love with the piece.
Yeah.
Hey, so it looks like it's a tie.
Yeah, I think so.
It looks like it's a tie. I think that's a cop-out, John. I'm disappointed in you.
No, listen, and in this category, the de Bethune's cool, but they've kind of done that piece for a while. At the end of the day, that's the watch I like in this particular category. So I agree with CQ on this one.
I think it stands out.
I don't think it's going to win, but I think it should. Well, what do you think? Actually, it might. I don't know.
What do you think will win? Because like the Tacoma tourbillon is pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. That UN has a shot.
That UN, I think in the category, I mean the Zenith 0G is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know.
I think we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll find out. That's why they do the competition. I like the UN. I'm with Q on that one. All right, what's next? What do we got?
Beautiful, beautiful. So the last category we have here is going to be the mechanical exceptions. Some very cool pieces here. Very, I would say, more artsy than the last couple of watches that we talked about. So let's toss it over to John now.
This is like
hopefully they have a difference in opinion.
This is a tough one. I really am on the fence on 2 watches. I'm just going to go with it because this year I'm sticking with my Ulysse Nardin theme. I hope I took it from you. I'm taking my Ulysse Nardin theme. The new Freak. The Freak was the watch that got me into watches, and this is the best iteration since the version 1. And so it's pretty simple. I wasn't a huge fan of the last edition that they did. I think that it's cool that they're doing the marketing on the Freak out.
Yeah.
But this piece, this version, I saw the architecture of it, and it is the nicest one they've done. It's also an automatic. The last one was a manual one that you had to wind the back of the case. It was a 3-foot mainspring. This crazy thing, winding it forever. Super cool. I mean, look at that thing. How can you not like that? Listen, I love Laurent Ferrier. I love the Independence. I love a simple classic watch, but that is amazing. And if you don't like it, something's wrong with it, I guess. I don't know. All right.
I think it's super clean. A really good update to the Freak line, which I don't say was getting stale, but it needed a nice little update. It did the Diavolo and the different pieces, but this is just so different and so cool.
Also cool technology. Don't forget about technology. A lot of silicium, a lot of components, which is covered on the Classroom guys. So, you should check that out.
Classroom first episode is coming next week, right?
Yeah. Season 1, though. A little silicium, Ulysse Nardin.
These guys are company men.
Yeah, definitely go back to season 1, check out, leave some comments. Interactions definitely help. For me, it was very tough because this category is really, to me, and just to know, we only did 4 categories, but then there's 12. There's so many. There's ladies, there's lady jewelry pieces. You want to do a really nice, tight show. For me, it's Anderson Chaikin Automaton Joker. Just such a cool piece.
It's a super cool piece.
But then the Bulgari Forged Carbon mini repeater as well. It's just like
2 Bulgaris, 2 Ulysse Nardins.
I know, maybe it's too much. All right, forget the Bulgari. We got to go with the Chaikin. This thing is just cool. You got the eyes telling you the hours and the minutes. You got the moon phase down there with the mouth. It's just such a cool.
Oh wait, that's a moon phase?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I mean,
now you're in love.
I'm sold.
I win.
Oh,
So,
I get my hand. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, so it looks like you win. But here's who's going to win the category because they deserve every Grubel Forzi. The Grand Sonnery. That's the Grubel Forzi. I'm just going to go on record on saying nicest watch brand in the world.
How much did they pay you for that plug, John?
They don't. Yeah, listen, you don't need to pay me.
Rush through the door.
They're extraordinarily expensive, but they are legitimately the finest watches you will find anywhere in the world. And I'll take that to my grave. Anybody wants to argue with it? Go to the factory. Take a look.
Very strong statement. I can't wait to see the comments on that one.
Could you send that check to J. Callahan? 166 East.
Yeah.
But you actually make a great point. The one problem with Grubel 4C, because it's so limited, you don't really get to see it. So it goes into this world, and I'll be honest, before this year, when you had a bunch in one room, I didn't have my hands on a Grubel 4C, and I seen all kind of crazy pieces. But to have one in your hand, to see the level of finishing and technology that's in those pieces, but the size. Yep. So you can really really with the loop, yes, but without your loop, just
wasn't
really dive
it? They
into
said that
it.
It takes like 30. Was it 30? It was a large amount of hours
to finish.
To just hand finish the case.
I don't know what the total hours is.
It was like 1,000 or something. It was obscene.
It is
the amount of time that just finishing.
They make somewhere in the neighborhood. They used to. I think they're making a few more pieces now because they have a couple entry level pieces. But basically, at one point up until 2013, they were basically making 80 watches a year. So that was it for the world. 80 watches, a few different categories, but it's all. It is the finest finished watch.
Didn't Robert Downey wear one on the red carpet or something like that? I swear.
Robert Downey wore one. There's a couple. The all sapphire one was on our.
That I'm not a huge fan. That the sapphire thing I could do without, but the whole the traditional. I use that term loosely because there's not a lot of. It doesn't look traditional, but the finishing, the way they finish. The applications, the actual watchmaking techniques, very important. And for those who, a real quick bit on that, Stephen Forzi and Robert Grubel teamed up with Philippe Dufour to open a school to teach watchmakers very, very technical, basically skills that are being lost in the watchmaking industry. Again, finest finished watch in the world, hands down. That's it. That's all I got.
He ain't lying. He ain't lying. But another point to the school, it's still nice to see that at the end of the day, this is still a very high-end art form. So I know sometimes people see watches with these crazy dollar amounts and you're thinking these guys just money grabbing. And oftentimes there is a money grab situation. But a lot of times Dufour, Forcy, it really goes into the technology and the craftsmanship and training people who, before you can work on something like a Forza, you got to kind of be working on watches for 10, 15, maybe even more years to
kind of get that expertise
exactly.
level,
You're not just somebody who's doing just one part of the whole thing, but to be able to do that.
Yep.
So it's good to see that they're pumping money into it for sure.
Yeah, and I think Tim also has on his Instagram today or yesterday, it was of the Grubel Forza GMT. So that watch is the best one that they do in the whole collection, the GMT. It's amazing. Globe. That orbits, tourbillon, fantastic. So check that on. Tim's, I'm sure, doing a review. That's an awesome thing to check out.
Sure.
So, yeah,
for sure.
I'm sure he's going to kill it. All right.
Again, send that 4C check to J. Callahan.
That was amazing, John.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was really good, John.
Yeah, well, used to deal with the brand a little bit more intimately back in the day. So,
Well, I think we got a few more minutes. Let's go to the chat, see
see what's going
see
on.
what's going on, see what everybody. Sorry for the mess. I know you guys are gonna comment on that, but we went a little low tech today just to get back to it. These will be reused and recycled, by the way.
Let's take a look here.
And so you guys can follow this. I know that Hodinkee also is involved, and some people in press are involved in the actual nominations and then the ultimate winners. It's in Switzerland, so I don't know how much we'll see here and how quickly we'll see it in America. But it is a cool event. And again, it does highlight some watchmakers that you may not be familiar with. But I think at the end of the day, if you're into watches, you can certainly appreciate the kind of work that these companies are putting out. And these aren't watches that you're going to see everywhere. They really aren't. They're more to kind of signify exactly how good the watchmakers are at each respective brand and kind of their thought processes and what they are looking to do and build on, which I think is cool. I really do. I think it's an awesome show.
I think watchmaking is still a race that you need going, and the GPHG really keeps it going and lets you see what brands half of these brands you wouldn't really see every day. A lot of them are common, but a lot of them you really gotta kind of hunt to see these pieces. So it's nice to see people take a look at them, and also just to see brands are still pushing every year to have something that try to hit the ball out of the park or kind of stun the world. Like Bulgari, we did have that Bulgari training, and even last year they had a big winner with the Finissimo. But even a brand like that is interesting. It is a jewelry company, but like all the records they've made in watchmaking and the winning pieces. Cause at the end of the day, it's all business, right? We hate to say it, but watches got to sell, and it's nice for a brand like Bulgari, which you don't want to say stale, but it wasn't exactly flying off the shelves. Nice to see them really have some fun with their Octo line. Spread it out a little bit more. That titanium on the wrist is really, really beautiful as well. So it's good to see. It gives brands a reason to keep trying, and
of course.
keep doing. So it's really going to be exciting to see who actually wins and ends up with it. Is our chat feeling us today?
So one of the things I saw is that people are kind of afraid of that Joker watch.
Really?
They're saying don't wear it on a date, and I'm just.
Well, I probably wouldn't wear it on a date either.
I mean, if it's the third or fourth date, you guys
it's
should
kind
be
of a cool
comfortable.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't take that. If you're showing somebody your collection, that might be the one you show up at the party.
They said it's the Pennywise watch, but I think it's a lot.
I can go with a Pennywise watch. I think that's a
Pennywise
pretty cool.
name
for the watch, right? Pennywise.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. We give you.
It's not gonna hide in the sewer when it's raining.
Right. Neuro gave us that name, so I'm gonna give you credit, Neuro. We like Pennywise.
Oh,
we like the
what's
Pennywise.
going on. So on the back of the automaton is a erotic scene. So you definitely
You can tell we put a lot of research into.
We would not be able to show you
the
the back end of that watch.
Listen, it's all adults. I mean, if there's
exactly, we're all grown ups here. You could take it on a date if she's into watches. It's not about the scene; it's about the mechanics of what's going on. It's all
there's
about
other
the
automatons you could probably bring out on the show. Hour strikers and such, or maybe you just keep the erotic piece at home on the first date.
Exactly. Maybe second date. You never know, just to see how spicy.
I also saw.
Yeah, maybe.
You would take it there, wouldn't you?
They're going to take us out there.
Now, somebody here said that they think the triple calendar would be a pain. It just creates work. So, I mean, I think the triple calendar would be kind of easy to set.
Yeah, it's actually not a difficult watch to set. And most calendars, by the way, if you don't have a triple calendar or a perpetual calendar or annual calendar, they are usually set with stylus pushers and inset buttons on the side of the case. Very few companies actually do it through the stem and crown. Ulysse Nardin's one. Ulysse Nardin. Check Ulysse Nardin. Just saying. But yeah, the triple calendar, I mean, the triple calendars they're not really a pain to set. You just got to stay with it. I actually recommend winders for people when they have a calendar watch. I think that's its best use. But careful in the winders, get good ones. Don't get something cheap; it'll magnetize your watch.
Exactly, but it's worth it. A solid winder would be good if you feel like it might be an inconvenience, which it might be. But again, if you keep it wound, you really don't have to think about it too often.
Yeah.
Once a month. Some people see it as pain. Some people see it as a reason to sit down and have a engagement with your watch, and everything has to stop for a little moment while you're setting your time. Maybe, sir, you're just moving a little too fast. Maybe you do need this triple calendar, to really slow it down a little bit, so you can take your time and set your watch.
Well, I mean, it's like on a 5970p. That's pushers. So, the most desirable calendar watches in the world take pushers. It really, if you're setting it correctly, it takes 2 minutes. The thing is, you got to find a pusher. So if you don't have your stylus, carrying your stylus with you, maybe it's a little bit of a pain.
So you got
shouldn't be a big deal.
That's soft and one end.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find that.
Yeah, no.
What else we got going on in comments?
I think we can take one more.
Oh, by the way, for those who watched last week, I did lose my phone. So if you did try to get a hold of me, I didn't have a phone. But we're back in the saddle now. I lost it on the way here.
Well, maybe Gruber Forsey will, get your phone. Ulysse Nardin actually did a cell phone.
They did do a cell phone.
They
probably don't want to talk about it.
Well,
I'm just saying that I don't think that worked out for them, because if you're making a phone that has software and then you got to update it every couple of years, and then the iPhone comes out, that probably didn't work out the way they had hoped. It was cool though.
Well, Ulysse Nardin, if you're listening, John will take one of those phones. I'll take one of those phones that, if you still have them kicking around.
I'll take one too, since we're just asking.
Yeah,
for phones.
No market for those.
Yeah.
What else we got going on in the chat?
Anything else?
How much time we got? What are we doing here?
Let's say hi to Matt Forrester, Chip Wong.
Chip Wong. Hey, Chip Wong, how you doing, man? Let's see.
That's old time friends. Edward Landon is in there.
Repeat
is in there somewhere.
Here. People still do not like that clown watch, but it's okay. We're going to get through this. You know what? Change is always hard to deal with at first.
Yes.
And to go further, I just wanted to, touch on that triple calendar. I think we live in a microwave world right now, where people are so used to being able to look at their phone and see like the date, time, and everything. And it's like there's nothing wrong with taking the oven approach and sitting back and letting things kind of come together. And
that's the pleasure of owning the watch. Actually, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of collectors like to set the watch, and so I understand that. That's why you're getting it's that mechanical interface that you have with the watch, and that's a part of owning it. It's the mechanical part of it. If you don't like it, there are mechanical watches that provide less steps to set watches. But I've heard of stories of customers literally on New Year's like to sit and watch all the perpetual calendars all click over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They
got a wall full of watches and click. They just watch them all go at the same time. And that's cool.
That sounds magical.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. It does.
Well, I think we can end here. And on that note, buy what you love. If you don't like setting the triple calendar, don't buy it. There's other calendars out there for you. But it's worth at least thinking about it. Not everything that seems like a hurdle is a hurdle. Yeah. Some things you can just walk right around if you know the
maybe the
tricks.
Sky Dwellers for them.
Ooh,
could be. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Good piece.
There's always an option. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was a great show. I think this was pretty fun. You might see us on here again. We might kick them off full time if you vote. If you vote for it, it might happen.
I think they're probably going to vote Joshua and
they missed Josh.
They're a little bit more organized, but that's all right.
No, I thought we did.
I think we did all right. We did good. We had the best voice in television and video right here.
Really
all right, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and this is the Watch Box. See you soon.